deviation formed by combination of two plane mirrors. Okay, children. See, you already know that deviation produced in the single plane mirror. Like let us take a plane mirror is there, right, children? Suppose some plane mirror is there. When you're going to put incident light on this, okay, when you're going to insert one light that is incidenting on the plane mirror, what happened? Because presence of the mirror, instead of going in this path, the ray just deviated from this path to reflected ray. So here the ray going to deviate, right? Instead of going in this path, the ray is going to deviate in this path and it will go like this path. So this is what we call angle of deviation D. And you know angle of alpha, this is a glancing angle. So angle of deviation is equals to 2 alpha. Like here to here it is also alpha and here to here it is also alpha. When you have one mirror, okay, when you have taken one mirror, so how much angle of deviation? Angle of deviation will be 2 alpha, right? You have one mirror, angle of deviation suffered is how much, children? It is 2 alpha. 2 alpha times the ray will going to deviate. Similarly, when you have two mirrors, okay, when you taken the two mirrors, the combination of two mirrors, how much the ray will going to deviate? Okay, that is what we're going to find actually. Clear, children? When you have two rays, okay, when you have the two rays, what is the angle of deviation suffered? We need to calculate actually. Yes. Yes, let us see the derivation, how to solve this. Before that, just we need to draw one figure. Let us take one plane mirror, I kept like this, okay, and another plane mirror. Two plane mirrors are taken with some angle. Okay, let us take two plane mirrors are taken with some angle theta. With an angle theta, I am taken two plane mirrors. Now, let us take one ray. Okay, the ray which is just incidenting on the plane mirror. The ray which is just incidenting on the first mirror. This is the first mirror and this is the second mirror, right? The ray which is just incidenting on the first mirror with some angle theta to the normal. And the ray which is incidenting on normal, okay, with respect to normal, let us take normal also, N1. So when it is going to incident with some angle, what happen after reflection? Because mirror is there, mirror won't allow light to go back, right? Mirror won't allow light to go back, which is opaque. So that what happen? Light will again reflect back to the same medium, like this, just reflect back and falls on where? It will falls on the second mirror like this. And second mirror also, because this is a second mirror, the normal will be there. Okay, normal will be there for second mirror. Let us take that is N2. So when light will fall with some angle, what happen? It won't go because this is a mirror is there. It will just obstruct the light to go down. So what happened? Because of the second mirror, again the ray will going to reflect back into the same medium. Okay, this is what the taking place. In only one mirror is there, the one-time deviation happen. But here two mirrors are there, two times the deviation is going to happen. So let us take angle, glancing angle alpha. So let us take this is a glancing angle alpha, because you know that from mirror to the reflected ray or mirror to the incident ray, what is the angle is it? That is what we call glancing angle. If imagine with the first mirror is not there, what happened? The ray will might go like this, right? If the first mirror is not there, the ray will go extend like this. So because presence of the mirror, the ray is deviated here. You can observe here angle. Okay, this is a glancing angle alpha, and here mirror to this angle is also glancing angle alpha, because total angle of deviation is 2 alpha, right? If this is alpha means this must be alpha only. So alpha plus alpha. Let us take the second, the ray which is incidenting on the second mirror. Because presence of the second mirror, instead of ray going in this path, it is just deviated and go like this. Let us take alpha is the angle of, beta is the angle of deviation suffered in the second mirror, not angle of glancing angle for this second mirror. This is the angle beta. So why I wrote beta? Because same angle of here first mirror it is alpha, for second mirror angle of glancing is beta. Okay. So from this figure we need to calculate the angle of deviation suffered. So total angle of deviation is equals to angle of deviation done by the first mirror and the angle of deviation suffered by the second mirror. Let us take first mirror and angle of deviation by the second mirror. Okay, see, instead of ray going in this path, it will come along this path. Okay, not here, and here the ray will come from here to here. So how much angle is there from here to here? We need to calculate. So here to here plus again here to here we can calculate, that will be come. So right. So first you observe in the first deviation, here it is a D1 taking place. From here to here angle, what we call, this is a D1. So D1 is equals to alpha plus alpha, right? This is alpha plus this alpha. So D1 is nothing but 2 alpha, we can write. Similarly, D2, you observe D2 from here to here it is there. So this is a D2. D2 is equals to here alpha beta plus beta, right? I can write it as a 2 beta. So total deviation is equals to 2 times of alpha, sorry, this is beta, children. Alpha plus beta. So I need to calculate alpha plus beta from the this again. So you just observe here, you can see one kind of triangle, right children? You can able to see here triangle, one triangle. Let us mark if you want. ABC. Okay, ABC is one triangle. You can see that ABC triangle, it is looking like this almost. Okay, where ABC triangle, just I'm writing separately. Here like angle alpha is there, and here angle beta is there, and here angle theta is there. Now please recall from your previous data, three angles in a triangle. Sum of the three angles in a triangle, how much is it? Sum of three angles in triangle is always equals to 180 degrees. So we have to write here alpha plus beta plus theta is equals to 180 degrees. Okay, because you know that rule, sum of the three angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So you need to calculate here what alpha plus beta, right children? So alpha plus beta is equals to 180 degree minus of theta. I'm sending this plus theta to left hand side, so it is becomes minus of theta. Now you got the relation alpha plus beta is equals to 180 minus theta. So this value you're going to substitute here. Let us take this is equation 1 in a D total. So this relation, so in this you just substitute this one. Okay, just substitute this one in this relation. So what will happen? Substitute value of alpha plus beta in equation 1. In equation 1, if I substitute, then I get D total. Okay, D total is equals to total deviation is equals to 2 times of, in place of alpha plus beta, I need to keep here 180 minus of theta. Hope it is clear children. So now multiply 180 minus of 2 theta, how much? 2 into 180, 360 degree, 2 into theta, 2 theta. So it is 360 degree minus of 2 theta. Okay, so this is the value of the total deviation. So normal deviation in the single plane mirror, have you remembered the value? Normal deviation value, let us take small d, that value is 180 minus of 2i. It is not 2 theta, 180 minus of 2i. But here it is 180 minus of 2 theta based on how much angle. It is only depending upon what angle you are going to keep the two plane mirrors. If you place a 30 degree, 40 degree, 60 degree, based on that, the total deviation will be vary. Not on the based on the angle of incidence or angle of reflection, it won't depend. It only depend upon theta. At what angle two mirrors you are going to keep. If you place a mirrors at 30 degree, angle of total deviation is different like that. Hope it is clear children. The formula derivation. So this formula is very important. So we'll solve some problems also based on this. Okay. Yes, Mahi, please unmute.
Ma'am, can you explain it again? I'm not able to understand it now.
Fine. Yeah, please listen children once again. I'll just tell you. Deviation formed by the combination of two plane mirrors means two plane mirrors I'm taken. Okay, this is one plane mirror AB and BC is another plane mirror. Okay, two plane mirrors I'm taken, and two plane mirrors I'm taken and kept with an angle of theta. Okay, are kept with an angle of theta like 30 degree, 40 degree like that. Now the ray which is incidenting on the first mirror, what happened? It undergo reflection. If a mirror is not there, imagine the ray will go like this. Okay, the ray will going to extend like this. This is what extended incident ray will come like this. Because presence of the mirror, the ray is deviated. Let us take because of the first mirror, it is deviated an angle D1. Okay, so it is deviated and it undergo reflection, and that reflected ray incident on the second mirror. Okay, that reflected ray incident on the second mirror. When it is incident on second mirror, it can undergo reflection again. So because presence of the mirror, the ray instead of going in this path, the ray is just deviated to this angle. This is what second reflected ray. So because presence of the mirror is deviated, second mirror, so this let us take it as a D2 at the deviation suffered by the second mirror. So total deviation I want from here to here, I want to find total deviation. So this plus this I'll get a total deviation. Okay, children, D1 plus D2 if I do, I'll get a total deviation. So total deviation is equals to deviation suffered by the first plus deviation suffered by the second. So deviation suffered by the first one is, you know, formula deviation 2 alpha. Okay, alpha plus alpha, this is a total angle. Here to here it is 2 alpha, and similarly here to here it is angle is how much? 2 beta. So 2 alpha plus beta, taken 2 as a common, alpha plus beta. Let us take this is 1. And you can observe in that figure, the triangle is ABC is one triangle. From this triangle, alpha, theta, beta are the 3 angles. So you add the 3 angles. Sum of the 3 angles in a triangle, how much? It is 180 degree. Okay, sum of the 3 angles of a triangle, how much? It is 180 degree. So I want to find alpha plus beta, I have to do 180 minus of beta. Okay, so remaining is filling in that and substitute, multiply this, you will get the answer. Hope it is clear, children. Yes, right. All of you written this? Anybody writing still? Please write down this derivation. Completed writing? Purvi, Arushi, children, so many of you, just on your videos fast. Ansela, Haida, Tahim, Yashas, Aishwarya, Afia, please on your videos. Yes, completed. Next topic, very important thing, that is plane angle. If you take a plane mirror, if you rotate the plane mirror, if a source is kept constant, just imagine, children, the plane mirror is there. Okay, the plane mirror. Okay, you need to write the heading if you want, right? Rotating plane mirror. Okay, the condition, rotating plane mirror. So when you rotate the plane mirror with some angle theta, when you keeping the incident ray constant. Let us take this is a normal N1. Okay, you know, right? Plane mirror, this is a plane mirror, right? If it have a normal, that I am taken as a N1. And let us take the ray incidenting on the mirror. Okay, some ray which is just incidenting on the mirror with some angle I. Okay, the ray is coming, it is incidenting on the mirror with some angle I. So when it is incident on the mirror, what happens? It undergo reflection with the same angle. Okay, it reflect along the same angle. If you know this one already. So let us take this angle of incidence I, right, children, and the same angle it will angle of reflection R. I, and this is R. Instead of writing R, I can write I only because both are same. Okay, angle of incidence and angle of reflection are same. So let us write I. Now, if mirror is just rotated, if I just rotate the mirror with some angle theta in a clockwise direction. Okay, if I rotate the mirror, just imagine the second line is a mirror rotated with some angle. Okay, this is the second mirror, same mirror only, just I rotated this angle with some angle theta. Here to here, just rotated in a clockwise direction with some angle theta. So you know, right, children, what is a clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction? Suppose this is a clock, how the needle will go? If it will go down like this, if the needle will go from 3, 12, 6, 3 to 6 like this, right? This is what clockwise direction. If you go opposite, if you go, that is what we call as an anti-clockwise direction. If you go opposite, that is the anti-clockwise direction. Here I am rotating my mirror with an opposite direction to the rotation of the needles in the clock. So that is what we can take it as anti-clockwise rotation. When you rotate the mirror, in the anti-clockwise rotation like this. When you rotate with an angle theta and fixed, this is a source, right? The source means where the incident ray is coming. That means incident ray I am not changing, incident ray is fixed. Okay, when I fixed the incident ray, only the mirror is rotating angle theta. So that time what happened, the reflected ray, this is incident ray. Okay, this is what children, incident ray, and this is a reflected ray. Okay, this is the first reflected ray taken. For first reflected ray means this is coming from the, when mirror is at a normal position, this is the first reflected ray. When mirror is shifted with some angle theta, what happened normal? When mirror shifted, normal is also going to shift. Right? Normal is always perpendicular to the mirror. When mirror is shifted, normal ray is also going to shift. Okay, normal is also going to shift. That is, let us take that is the N2. Okay, this is a N1, this is a N2. When mirror is shifted, normal is also shifted with an angle theta from the first normal. So from here to here, angle is theta. Clear, children? From mirror is rotated to same angle, the normal is also shifted from N1 to N2. This is from M1 to M2. Mirror is shifted M1 to M2 means normal is also shifted from N1 to N2. Now, this is what happened. Reflected ray, how it will going to shift, we need to calculate. Yeah. Second, because presence of this normal, from here to here, angle of incidence is how much, children, now? Angle of incidence initially total is, it is I. Okay, from here to here, total is I. The theta times it is moved back. Right, normal move theta times back. Now, total angle is how much? This minus of this, right? I, here to here it is I is there. Okay, I minus of theta, if you do, then this is the angle, new angle of incidence is I minus theta. Hope it is clear, children. New angle of incidence is how much? I minus theta. So new angle of reflection is also comes what? The reflected ray will also come with an angle I minus theta only. So reflected ray is also come with an angle I minus theta. This is the second reflected ray now. Reflected ray 2. So it is also comes with an angle what? I minus R from where? From here to here. Okay, let us take from here to here what? It is I minus theta, because from about this normal N2, I minus theta incident ray to incident means I minus theta only, reflected ray also comes. So my here doubt is, the question is that we need to calculate at what angle the reflected ray will suffer. Okay, from here to here, let us take this angle X, that is only we need to calculate. Hope it is clear, children. What we need to calculate, how much the reflected ray will suffer. So what is the angle of reflection? Sorry. R, X we need to calculate. So that means X is nothing but how much the reflected ray shifted from R1 to R2. What is the total distance is there? Our angle we need to calculate. So this angle, you can observe carefully the figure. This angle how to calculate means, so total angle is how much? Total angle is I minus of, let us take this angle we need to subtract. I minus of Y, let us take. Here to here, let us take it as a Y. So X is equals to I minus of Y. Why I wrote I minus of Y? I means what, children? From initially, from first normal to the reflected ray, that is the I value, right? This is total is I. In that, if you remove Y, so then you will get the X. Okay. So I minus of Y. So that is equals to, but we need to calculate Y also. Y we don't know. So Y we need to calculate, right? So how to calculate Y? Again, to calculate Y, so Y is equals to I minus theta. You can see here from here to here angle is how much? I minus theta. In that I minus theta, if you remove this theta, okay, from remove this theta, you will get a Y. So minus of theta, if you do, then you will get a Y. So Y is equals to I minus of 2 theta. Okay, you get a Y. So substitute in this now. X is equals to I minus of, in place of Y, what we got? I minus of 2 theta. Okay. So that is X is equals to I minus of I, minus into minus plus 2 theta. So I minus I plus I get cancelled. So you will get answer is 2 theta. So X is equals to 2 theta. So when you're going to rotate your mirror with an angle of theta, then reflected ray will going to rotate with an angle of 2 theta. Clear, children? So that is what important. When you're going to rotate the plane mirror with an angle, okay, write down that in the word is better. You can remember. If a plane mirror, if the plane mirror plane mirror is rotated. Plane mirror is rotated by an angle theta. In which direction? In anti-clockwise direction. In anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction. But what we kept here constant, but the source is kept constant. Source means incident light. Source is fixed. Then the reflected ray is turned. Reflected ray will turn by angle 2 theta. Okay. In which direction? In the anti-clockwise direction. Say children, here nobody will ask you to find this derivation and all. So here remember only thing that when theta is rotated, okay, mirror is rotated angle theta, the reflected ray will rotate to 2 theta in the anti-clockwise direction. So that is what only you need to remember, children. Okay, so remaining derivation part and all, nobody will ask you to calculate derivation, find derivation, right and all. No, that is little higher topics to you. But your understanding and just derive this. If you're not able to derive, no issues with it. Remember only the 2 points are key points here. So what you need to remember here, when you rotate the theta at an angle, when the mirror is going to rotate it by theta, reflected ray will going to rotate with an angle of 2 theta in anti-clockwise direction. Direction is important and what angle it is going to rotate, no, 2 theta to 2 theta, that is important. Clear children? Yes, derivation is a little complicated, means you can leave it or skip it, no issues, nobody will ask you. Yeah, completed writing this, children? I love you. Yes. Anybody writing still or completed? Okay, fine, children. Then we'll go for next concept with this same plane mirror only. But here, children, what we do in the next condition, when we place a mirror is fixed. Now, before condition, what I taken, mirror is just rotated. Now, I keep the mirror fixed. Okay, when I take the mirror, that is fixed. Sorry. Let us take mirror is fixed now. So, when mirror is fixed, the incident ray is turned by an angle theta. So, incident ray, what I have taken, just let us take this is normal, and let us take the incident ray. When incident ray initially it is coming and falling here with an angle somewhere. So when this incident ray is going to shift, the what will happen? Reflected ray. Initially incident ray, and this is a reflected ray condition. Incident ray. Incident ray, and this is the reflected ray. Now mirror is fixed. Mirror is not changing. Now what will going to change? The incident ray is turned by an angle theta in the clockwise direction. Now before I took an anti-clockwise upward, now I'm going to take it as a downward, that is clockwise direction. When you rotate this with the clockwise direction, so clockwise means what happened in this direction. When you're going to rotate the, sorry, clockwise direction, that means I'm coming from here to here, from I to here if I shifted. So what happened? Reflected ray. So that is only the question. So reflected ray also what happened? It is also just shifted front in anti-clockwise direction. It is shifted. That is what angle I need to find. But directly you can tell, no, this is no derivation part required. You can see the figure, you can able to tell it easily. Right, children? So initially, the initial angle is how much? Here to here total angle is I. So when it is shifted with an angle theta, so remaining angle becomes what? I minus theta, like that. So initially here to here angle from your total ray, that is also I is there. When it is shifted with the front, so reflected ray is also shifted how much? I minus theta times it is shifted. Okay. So you need to calculate what is this angle here to here, x. Reflected ray, second reflected ray to shifted to from here to here. This is 1 to 2, it is shifted. So what angle it is just a shifted. So what you need to do? I minus of I minus theta. So I minus of I minus theta, if you do children, what angle will come? Let us take x is equals to, now very simple. Sorry, let me quicker today. So x is equals to what will come by saying the figure? It is I minus of I minus theta. Okay. So I minus of I minus into minus, it is plus theta. So I get cancels. What I get, it is theta. So in which direction? In anti-clockwise direction. Okay, I'll write it down properly. Write down. If the plane mirror is fixed, plane mirror is fixed, and the incident ray is turned by an angle theta in clockwise direction. Then the reflected ray turn by the angle theta in anti-clockwise direction. Hope it is clear, children. So if you just rotate your mirror with an angle, incident ray with an angle of theta, the reflected ray is also rotate with an angle of theta only. What you get x value, the reflected ray is also rotate with an angle theta, but in the direction is opposite. If you rotate like this in a clockwise direction, it will come in an anti-clockwise direction. That's it. Okay, so here also you need to remember only 2 points. So what angle you going to rotate your plane mirror? So at what angle the reflected ray will going to rotate? Incident ray will rotate with an angle theta in clockwise direction, but the reflected ray will rotate with an angle of theta in a anti-clockwise direction. Here direction is changing. Previous one direction is also constant. Okay. Okay, please note these 2 points, very important, children. Remember. Is Mahi less than 1 minute, children? No need of rejoining. So complete this.
Ray 1 and ray 2, the value is theta, ma'am. So in reflected ray 1 and reflected ray 2 also we can write theta only, no ma'am. Without solving also we can.
Yeah, that's what. Then I didn't solve anything, no. Just you can see the figure also, you can write